Antiochian men. We're back with another in our new vlog series, Ask Father Hans. And as always, Father Hans, we appreciate you joining us to answer a question.
I'm glad to be here, Michael.
This next question reads this way. How can I be tender and compassionate with my wife and children and still maintain my masculinity?
Manly compassion is a gift that God has given us, but which must be learned. All right. See, we live in a culture where there's great confusion of roles, and you hear it a lot, especially from the kind of amorphous feminist side, that men aren't feeling enough. The truth is, men feel things, and they feel things very deeply. Men have a particular sensitivity that's not always apparent on the surface, but a man will tend to kind of bury and hide that because he doesn't know how to express it properly and doesn't even know how to process the feeling. But it's there. We're human. We're made in the image and likeness of God. But the object of that, of those emotions and the depth of that emotions has a different end, I think, than the feminine end. The advice I would give, and I give to most men, is that look at what the need is and be really sober about the need. And very often you don't see it unless you're in communion with other men, or sometimes listen to your wife too, because she will tell you. And then develop that. Just develop that and learn how to walk in it. It's a very complex question. I'm going to draw from my own experience. I learned, especially when my daughter was born, to listen to my wife about her in a lot of ways, because she could tell she was sick. My daughter was sick, like before it even entered my mind, right? And I'd look at her and say, she's not sick. And my wife would say, no, she's sick. And then the next day she would get sick, right? And so I learned how to listen to my wife about those things, and my trust in my wife's judgment really grew because she was right about a lot of those things. She would also tell me things like, you don't understand how strong you come across, because you just come across as a man, right? And our voices are deeper and our gestures are more broad and all that stuff. I would learn it that way. But the capacity for that compassion, that capacity for that tenderness, it's in man. It has to be expressed. Very often it has to be taught. I would say, given that this is such a broad question, I would advise men, don't suppress it. Don't suppress it. Be wary of what the dominant culture teaches you, because you hear, oh, you've got to be more like a woman. You'll never be more like a woman. You're like a man, right? But we do have that capacity. Don't suppress that. And speak to other men, watch other men, so you can find the proper context in how to express it.